I remember when Evelyn came to our market so many years ago, and one of the things that really stood out was her focus on the associates and making sure that everybody was consistent and was doing the right thing by all associates. Over time, we built a bond, a trust that that really meant a lot to me with her. Um, I could call her and we could have a conversation about anything. And a lot of times we did. I mean, there were several conversations we had over time that I really felt better about myself and what was going on after I talked to her. There was a trust you don't always have with everybody, but I trusted Evelyn. Um, for the last many years, whenever I saw her, there was a comfortability with being around her, and she was somebody that you could just give a hug to, and oftentimes that's what happened when we were around each other. I always felt comfortable giving her a hug. She meant a lot to me and a lot to the associates that worked at my store. She's going to be greatly missed already. I loved her. She was a mentor, and not even maybe meaning to be. Um, Rest in peace, Evelyn.
Hi, my name's Mike Kasten-Schmidt, and I knew Evelyn Washington a long time. Worked with Evelyn alongside several bosses, but Evelyn offered the consistency. She was professional at all times. She was not necessarily smiling every day, but she was always positive, never negative. She was always absorbing the facts, trying to see what was really going on so that she could make an informed decision. She didn't drink the Kool-Aid. She sat back to figure it out for herself. About 8 or 10 years ago, Evelyn sat in on a coaching for me. I had done something I wasn't supposed to do. I had coached an associate without a witness. As I was receiving the coaching, I was hot. I was loud, probably rude. Evelyn sat back and let me get it out of my system. When it was all said and done, she looked me square in the eye and says, "I admire your passion." I was dumbfounded, didn't know what to say, but that made a mark on me. Evelyn had the passion for the people. She never had a bad day. Or shall I say, she never let us see her have a bad day. Never complained. You wouldn't know that she was battling cancer when she was. I think the one thing that Evelyn left on me was to appreciate what you have every day. She showed that every day. She didn't let the negatives get her down, and she enjoyed being around her people. She appreciated what she had every day, and we will miss you greatly, Evelyn. Love you.
Evelyn was really a beautiful person inside and out, and she truly cared about her people and really loved people, and that's what made her so good at her job. She was not only my market human resource manager, but my mentor and my friend. She would come in and ask me about my family, and we'd talk about hers. She got to know her people. She was my very first market human resource manager, and the only one I had up until about a year and a half ago. I've always said I wanted to be like Evelyn. She inspired me to further my career with human resources, and that's still my goal, to be a market human resource manager one day. I would love to say that I could fill her shoes, but she was a one-of-a-kind lady. It would truly be.
Evelyn hired me into the company in 2008 as an external. And coming into Walmart as an external can be a very scary and very intimidating situation for anyone. First piece of advice that she gave me was to say, Chaz, always take care of the associate. And that's basically how she viewed all of us. She wasn't necessarily pro-associate or pro-manager. She did the right thing. She was fair and consistent, and would push you to make sure that you thought things through beyond the policy about how you take care of someone so you can be consistent. And the one story I want to tell about Evelyn real quick was, I was a co-manager, and I was trying to be a store manager, and I kept getting overlooked. And I finally felt like I did a great interview, and I had this store in Marietta sold up. I wanted it so bad, and I didn't get it. And after I didn't get it, I was angry at the world. I thought I was blaming everyone. And Evelyn saw my attitude change, and she came to the store, and she pulled me to the side, and she says, so when are you going to stop blaming everyone else? What are you going to do differently to make sure that people don't see flaws, or people see that you're trying to get better? And it was just incredible how that basic feedback was like a snapshot of her, that she did not care who you were. Like, she was going to let you know that you were right or you were wrong. And at that same time, it motivated me to do better. She didn't drink anybody's Kool-Aid. I mean, she was going to speak the truth, whether you liked it or not. I will always love Evelyn. She has a very special place in my heart. I miss her so much, but I also feel very blessed that I got a chance to know her. I love you, Miss Evelyn. Rest in peace.
Good afternoon. My name is Brenda Whitlock. I'm currently a co-manager at the Newnan Walmart. I was blessed to have Mrs. Evelyn as my MHRM for many years, both as a store manager and as a co-manager. Sometimes God places people in our lives who have a lasting impact. For me, Miss Evelyn was definitely one of those people, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. Mrs. Evelyn has been there through the good times and through the bad times. She always had the right words to bring me around, regardless of the circumstances. Lord knows she probably saved my job on more than one occasion. Evelyn could light up the room with her smile and make you feel as if you were the most special person around. She was not only MHRM, she was also a very special friend. Over the years, we have had many of her famous talks. I always loved to hear her views on Walmart, the workforce, and people in general. She brought a world of experience and wisdom into her role and provided great guidance to us all. She finally trained me well enough that I would call her prior to making a questionable decision, so she could say, Brenda, you can't do that, or I absolutely agree, move forward. That simple gesture saved us a lot of effort in the long run. Ms. Evelyn was one of those people that when she asked for something, the conditioned response was anything for you. Sometimes she took advantage of that and you ended up with something you didn't really want, but you still did it with a smile, just for her. I can only think of a few times that I actually told her no, and all the times involved her trying to convince me that there was a great job opportunity for me. Mrs. Evelyn had a heart for the associates and her management team. She saw through the issues to the people at hand and tried to make good decisions for all involved. Even when the decisions weren't favorable, she took the time to explain things in a compassionate manner. She made it a point when visiting stores to speak to every associate that she came in contact with. The respect level from the associates in the store is extremely high. Miss Evelyn was a great communicator, teacher, and leader. She built a strong group of personnel managers and training coordinators in the stores and took much pride in her team. There's nothing that group of associates wouldn't do for her. I know she is proud of each and every one of them. I have many fond memories of Miss Evelyn. She loved her job, her family, her husband, and her team. She had a very strong faith in God and knew that God had her through all circumstances. She walked out her faith daily and let her light shine upon others. She set an amazing example to all that she came in contact with. She leaves behind a very strong legacy for each of us. Miss Evelyn will always hold a special place in my heart. I think of her often and strive to be the person that she would want me to be. I know she is home now and looking down upon all of us. We have another angel amongst us. Thank you.